All right, guys, keep hitting those claps. Bring the fire. We got a lot to talk about. And don't be shy. Make sure you send in your audio questions, and we'll take them. But yeah, Jake, you want to talk about this Nintendo Direct?
Oh, starting off with the best. All right, all right.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot to touch on.
For sure. All right, well, to get us started, I mean, right off the bat, the best part of the direct, right? I mean, obviously, we're both huge into
Yeah.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And so, see this trailer. Now, I've been saying since I played the game that only second to Smash Ultimate, that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is one of the best games for the Nintendo Switch. I love that game so much. I mean, if you like
I've got to check it
RPG,
out.
I mean, just if you like games with good stories, I mean, I loved it so much. I thought it was so cool. And dude, I seriously have spent easily over 300 hours on that game. I mean, it took me
Yeah.
like 40 hours to beat it. And so, I mean, that's just, there's so much to do. I mean, I completed that game, man. I beat every boss you could possibly beat, got everything you could. I love that game so much. And so, my first reaction is, oh, dude, they're making a sequel to this game, right? Because I mean, it played on for so long, it felt like it was its own game. I didn't. My first thought wasn't Smash, but I just thought that was hilarious. Where she was saying she got invited to Smash, and then Rex was like, "I thought I was getting in," but that was awesome.
That was pretty
So
good.
those
Yeah.
were that was my initial thoughts on it. I love the character. I think she'll be a lot different than Shulk is, being from the same franchise, and I think she'll be really unique and definitely a fan favorite. So many people in Japan love that game, so I'm not surprised they chose it. And people who have played it in America, everybody I know loves it. So really looking forward to that. So what are your thoughts on her?
I mean, to be honest, and I feel bad saying it, but I had no idea who she was. But she definitely looks like a super cool character, and you've been telling me to check out Xenoblade for a while, so I have to
Oh
get
yeah,
on that
man.
for sure. I just have a tough time, and we talked about that in our last stereo show. I have a tough time sometimes with RPGs because I just really enjoy mashing buttons when it comes to combat.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the this style of RPG is pretty fun. So like you still have to like go through your attacks in like a list, but when you use them at the right times and you can learn how to stack them from combos, I felt like yeah, like turn-based attack and stuff like that isn't for me, you know. I don't find that very fun
Right.
for RPG games. But no, this style was really cool. I really thought it was always unique and fun. Um, I mean, yeah, I'm not like a huge RPG person, but this game was so cool. I mean, even my wife played it the whole way through and beat it too because she just loved the story and the characters, and even the gameplay for her was fun. So,
Oh,
no, I
nice.
mean, you got to check it out. It's so good. Um, and of course, Xenoblade One is good too. I think two is a little bit superior. So, no, I'm so excited for her.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I'm excited too. I will say, I mean, there's definitely some people that are like, get out of here with another sword character, but she does look
Mm.
unique, so that's cool.
Yeah, definitely unique. They've been doing this more and more through Smash, where they add a sword character, but it has projectiles also, which is kind of cool. Um, I don't
Right.
know, man. She might be busted. She looks pretty dang good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking her out. And then she has like her other form or something, like
Yeah,
Mithra.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, Pyra's her initial form that you meet her as, and then like maybe a third way through the game, you find out that she has another form, which is sort of her true form of Mithra, but they kind of have split, and Pyra's more of like the human one with a lot of feelings and everything like that, whereas Mithra is like the super strong fighter. So it'll be interesting to see how their characters differ in Smash Bros. Because in the game, Mithra is almost all around better than Pyra is at fighting. So what moves Pyra has. I think it'll be really cool to see. Um, and then yeah, I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see how they do it because yeah, they definitely have unique move sets. So I wonder how one will be better than the other in what sort of way. I'm looking forward to it a lot because I played Pokemon Trainer when you kind of switch out Pokemon depending on the circumstance. So it'll be really cool to see how you can switch from Pyro to Mithra and back, depending on what percent your opponent's at or if they're off stage or anything like that. And yeah, I think it'll be cool.
Yeah, so it's like they'll Pokemon Trainer and her will kind of share that same tactic that you can capitalize on from time to time.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope my skills transfer over. But yeah, dude, got to check out that game. It's so good.
I will at some point. Should do it sooner than later. I actually
Right?
played I played your brother the other day for a little while
In what?
in Smash.
Oh, did you set it up or did you guys run into each other?
We set it up.
Oh, I didn't know you and my brother hung out.
Well, he's been on our podcast so many
I
times.
guess.
Well, he sent me
Nice.
he texted me his friend code, which unlike you, you haven't sent me yours. So
Oh, maybe. Well, cool. How many games did you win?
a handful. Honestly, it was pretty back and forth.
Okay, okay. I think my brother's decent, so
Yeah,
that speaks to where your
he
level's
probably
at.
took a couple more than I did, but for the majority, it was 50-50. And yeah,
Nice. That's cool.
and actually, I felt like I learned something too from him because he made me go for tomahawks a lot more, which I never do. So,
Yeah,
and they started
he
working
definitely
really
plays
good.
different. Yeah, he's got an interesting play style, that's for sure.
Yeah, I started to figure out like I was playing with Fox. I was like, okay, he's shielding a lot. I'm just gonna jump. I'm just gonna like empty jump and up smash,
Hey, there you go,
and
man. Whatever works. But
and I
yeah,
never
dude,
do
we'll
that.
definitely.
So now I'm learning some more
No,
stuff. So
sweet man, that's awesome. But yeah, we'll definitely have to play sometime. I'll be playing a lot more when Mithra comes out, and next month. I mean,
yeah, and we'll do a show
it's
on
pretty
that
cool.
too.
Oh, for sure, dude. That'll be awesome. But yeah, looking forward to it, and I'm glad it's not going to be that long of time to wait. So that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, did she say? Did they say
They just
any
said
idea? Like,
March,
oh, okay,
so
not
yeah,
bad.
March sometime. I mean, even if it's towards the end of the month, that's only a month away, so that's not terrible.
Yeah, no, not at all. But all
No, it's
right, I think
better
we
than
can
some
move
of
on
these
from
other
Smash.
games. Yeah, some of these other
Yeah.
games are like 2022. I'm like, seriously, guys?
Well, I put Fall Guys next on my list.
Oh yeah, that's what I got too. Have you ever played Fall Guys?
I haven't just because I only own a Switch. So
Okay. See, I do own a PC. I just never play it, and I didn't know anybody personally who was really playing it. But it's always looked super fun to me. It looks basically like Mario Party mini games, but as a game to me.
yeah,
Which
remember
I
that?
think obvi. What was that?
I was just gonna say, remember that one time? It might have been on stereo. I was like telling you, oh, we gotta do Fall Guys soon, and like stream together, and you're like, yeah, yeah, we should. And then I was like, oh wait, I'm not talking about Fall Guys. But like
Oh,
we
yeah.
we spent like 5 minutes talking about it, and I was like, wait, I'm not even talking about Fall Guys. I'm talking about Among Us.
Well, now we can be talking about fall games, but
Yeah,
I think I'll definitely get it. I mean, I can't imagine it being more than like 15-20 bucks. So, I mean, that's what
yeah,
its
that'll
like
be fun.
Steam price is. So, no, but it looks awesome. It looks like it's totally made for Nintendo, right?
Yeah, honestly, I was pretty impressed by most of these games and the graphics.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think everything's looking pretty dang good. But yeah, that game's always looked super fun to me, so I'll be interested in trying it out. See how good I am at it. If my Mario Party skills transfer over.
Oh, we got our first audio.
All right, all
Fall
right.
Guys is pretty fun, but honestly, I think it's only fun if you're playing with friends and if you're like in that mood where you're ready to just laugh at yourself and laugh at everyone else, because it's also extremely frustrating.
That's my
All
brother.
right, all right. Nice,
You might have
nice,
known that.
nice.
That's Adrian.
I, I
That's
I did assume that. Um, but yeah, no. Well, if you get it too, then we'll have people to play with.
yeah, and I've heard that it's pretty frustrating too.
Mm,
But yeah, I think my wife will be interested in playing that as well.
yeah, for
That'll be
sure.
fun.
I'm sure my brother will get on it too, since he shares a Switch account with me. We can just play it together.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, well, we share our Nintendo account information.
Oh,
You
I
can
see.
you can download the same games and everything, so you don't have to buy them twice.
Gotcha. It's a good idea.
Yeah, cheat the system, right?
Heck yeah. Got someone else.
So you have his friend code then?
Oh, well, yes, my brothers, yes, not Dominique's quite yet. I will have to get that.
Totally. What do you got next on your list?
Um, Next for me, Mario Golf. You ever been a fan of those ones?
Um, I'm I'm kind of a fan of all Mario sports, honestly.
Yeah, no,
I never
same
really
here,
played
man.
the old one too much, but I'm totally down. It looks pretty fun.
Yeah, dude. I mean, since the N64 Mario Golf was pretty fun, and then Toadstool Tour for the GameCube, and then I mean, it's been a long time. I mean, since the GameCubes, they came out with one. But no, the game has always been pretty fun. It's actually pretty technical, but still entertaining, which I felt like was a good balance of it. But that, did you see the speed golf mode? That looks awesome, actually.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, that
That
looks
was
like a
cool.
whole different kind of game, and that actually looks hilarious. Like, I don't know, it just like felt like when you have you ever gone to play like mini golf and then you play like one round of it like the technical way, and then you just end up being stupid with your friends and like running through it as fast as you can.
Right, yeah.
Where you make up your own games where you like kick the ball or something stupid like that or have a race. That's what it felt like to me, and it just looked like a good time.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like get my father-in-law to play it because
Oh
he
yeah.
really likes golf, and then my brother-in-law too. Yeah,
Nice. Yeah,
it
well,
looks like
anything
a
like the
fun
last one.
family game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but I did like it was a good balance of fun and of family friendly and skill and everything like a lot of Mario games are. So yeah, I've always enjoyed it in the past and looking forward to this one for sure.
Yeah, it's cool how they even like gave you that I don't know what was it, but kind of like an overview of like the course and like so you could like zoom up like above your head basically and see like further away,
Yeah, they
kind of like
definitely
plan your shot.
yeah, definitely gave a lot more features and just like what you're able to do. Um, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if I wonder if it's still produced by Camelot. Camelot used to do all the Mario sports games, so I wonder if it's still produced by the same company because that would be pretty cool because they always make great games.
But dude, we need Mario Strikers again, man.
Strikers, dude, that game was hard. Okay, like man, that game was rough. I could never, I was never good at that one, but I did play it a lot with my brother and it was fun.
I got pretty decent at that game. I played that for a while. That was like my only game for a little while,
Nice.
and I loved
I
it.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I got pretty good at Mario Baseball.
Dude, I
I
wish
liked
they
that
would
one a
bring that
lot.
back also.
No, those are fun games, man. I always enjoyed. I mean, almost every like Mario game is fun, so you don't really
Is
have a
Mario
preference.
Aces any good?
I haven't played the Switch one. I've obviously played the other Mario Tennis games that I love, so I would assume it's good. I mean, I've heard very good things about it.
Yeah, I thought about getting that also.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
bet it would be fun
golf looks awesome.
for sure.
What do you got next, man?
Well, I didn't write down a lot of this middle area of
Oh,
the
okay.
direct. I mean, nothing was standing out to me for a long time. I felt like they were like Bravely Default style, like tactical RPGs that, like, I don't know, they're not my style, you know?
I mean, I got a list.
Oh yeah,
I
anything that stood
would.
out to you, man, by all means.
The Capcom games look kind of cool. The online stuff and like bringing back some of the old Street Fighter games.
Okay, okay. Not bad, not bad.
I'm sure the online play will be pretty rough, but it'll still be kind of
Right.
cool. Like the nostalgia behind it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I never played those games too much, but I know a lot of people who like them.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, dude, did you ever go to Cobra Arcade in Phoenix?
No, I've never been there.
Dude, that's a cool place. Maybe we'll have to go there sometime. Um,
Forever both in Arizona, right?
yeah. Well, hey, it happened last time I was
It
visiting.
it
You
did
were
happen
too.
for some reason, and I honestly haven't
That
been
was
to
pretty cool.
Arizona in like, besides that one time in within like 3 or 4 years. So it's been so long, but who knows?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, Cobra Arcade is like a barcade, and so yeah, one time we did like I don't know, like a guys night or something, and my nephew Gavin, who you met, he was tearing it up in old Street Fighter. He was always into the old ones, and
Okay,
even
that's good.
like just the series, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
like the progression of all of them when it was like on the 360, and he had like
Mm.
his own like battle pads and stuff. But yeah, he was
Oh,
pretty
right
good.
on.
It was cool.
Nice, man. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I wish we had something like that here. Oh, Sandpoint did get their own barcade, right? It lasted about 3 months before they went out of business.
Dang.
It was pretty funny. But no, like going to like a legit one, that would be cool.
Well, let's move on to the next really big game, and that is Metopia.
Okay, did you ever play Metopia on the 3DS?
No, and I'm being a little sarcastic to be honest, because I
Okay, no, dude, it was fun on the 3DS. Like, uh, it's it's like worth $10 maybe. I'll give it that. I don't know what the pricing is gonna be for the Switch one, but it's worth $10. It's entertaining.
I've got a scary feeling that it's going to be $60 and that it's actually going to pop off and become a huge thing. So a little bit worried
I
about
don't
all that.
know, man. It's I don't know. Like, I I don't see how it could be worth it, but whatever.
Yeah, so I don't know. I could see how it could be appealing to some people.
Yeah, I mean, it might entertain you for a little while, but
Well, we also had Animal Crossing, and they're having some Super Mario items come to town soon.
yeah,
That was kind
no,
of
that looked
cool.
cool. TBH, I haven't played Animal Crossing since like a month after it came out.
Same.
Like I played it every day for like a month and then never again. I'd like to get back into it for sure. My wife did the same exact thing too. She played for a little bit longer than I did, and then she was just like burnt out of it. But no, it'll be fun to come back after all this time, and there'd be like a whole new game with so much more content. So that looked pretty cool.
I got my wife her own Switch Lite, so that because I knew she wanted one, and then like then we could both be playing separate things because she was even more invested in Animal Crossing than I am,
Right.
and it died out for her too.
For sure. Yeah, it happens with all games, I guess.
Yeah, I still think it's pretty cool though. But
No, it's definitely a cool game. I'll get back to into it sometime. It's kind of like Pokemon Sword. I played it too much, and then I got sick of it, and now I haven't even played the DLC, even though I bought it when it first came out.
right.
But someday I'll get back into it, and I'll play all the DLC and everything, and it'll be awesome. So,
Well, the other game I'm really looking forward to, and I had no idea that this was coming. I don't think either of us did. But this Star Wars Hunters game, which it looks like it's going to be, I think they might have said online shooter, right?
yeah, online shooter, free to play. Sounds cool. I'll give it a shot. I mean, hey, it's free.
Yeah, I texted you. I was like, even if it sucks, I'm still going to be playing it all the time.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely get some games in.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't give too much from the trailer, unfortunately. Um,
Nah, it was like 10 seconds.
yeah, but just being a huge fan, I'm totally excited for it. I'm I'm wonder exactly what it's going to be. It almost remind me of that bounty hunter game that you and I talked about not too long ago for
Oh, right.
PlayStation.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I could see it just like adopting the same style as like Fortnite and Apex or something like that. I think that'd be cool. Just like a battle royale. I generally enjoy battle royales more than like points based shooters, but
Yeah,
either way, I think it'll be cool. As long as they have good maps and characters and everything, I don't really care.
yeah, and I'm hoping the graphics will be pretty decent.
Maybe. I wasn't too familiar with the developers of it. Obviously, Lucas Arts, but there's other ones that go with it. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, and we still got that Ubisoft game too that we don't
Yeah,
know
that'll
anything
be
about
awesome.
just yet.
Sure.
The description for the Star Wars game says squad based arena battle. I'm kind of old now. Can you guys tell me what that means?
Jake,
Let's see. My impression of squad-based arena battle. Uh, to me, that means battle royale. Personally, I mean, what does arena battle really mean? I mean, something like Fortnite. That's
like 10
technically
v 10 or
squad.
something, something
Could
like that.
be. What's squad means four people to me. That's what I get from squad. So, I mean, technically, games like
Yeah,
Fortnite and stuff
4v4.
are squad based. I mean, you can play 4v4. I mean, but you'd also want a game where you can play solos sometimes at least. But I mean, maybe it'll be one of those that you'll just have to match up with people. But
Yeah,
something like that. I mean, hey, at least if it's something you're playing with friends and everything, it should be fun.
yeah, I'm super excited. Did they say when that was coming? I think just this year. That might
Yeah,
be
I
all they
think
said,
that's
huh?
all I got.
Dang. Well, all right. Next I had on my list was World's End Club. For some reason, I had a feeling that this might interest you, but maybe not. Who knows?
Well, why would you say that?
Well, I know you're really into like Japanese stuff and like art and stuff like that.
True. So yeah, it's an interesting
And
game.
I
It's
thought it looked kind of cool.
based off the creators of Danganronpa, which is very popular. I personally haven't played the games or watched the anime, but I know a lot of people do like it. We'll see. I mean, I don't care for games that are too heavily story based. I need some good gameplay, you know. So I guess it'll just depend how good the gameplay is. I mean, I do like good graphics and stuff. The anime style is interesting. It just has to be very unique and still entertaining if you're going to go with that kind of style.
Yeah, I hear you for sure.
Right.
Moving on. How do you feel about this Ninja Gaiden?
Oh, Ninja Gaiden. Well, it's been around for a long time. I kind of zoned
Is
out at
that
the start of
noteworthy?
The direct. Um, no, Ninja Gaiden is very popular. Was this a sequel or was this like a port? I forget.
I don't even remember.
I don't know.
I thought it
I
was
saw
almost like
Ninja
a
Gaiden and I was like,
remastering.
eh. Okay, so like a port, yeah. Um, so it's definitely popular. I know the main guy, Ryu Hatabutsu, that's a Japanese name. I don't know his name, but everybody wants him to be in Smash.
That's
I
it.
know he's very
That's the one.
very popular. Yep. But never been my thing. I've never really been into it, but hey, people like it. But I just hope that the character doesn't come to Smash because I don't even know who he is hardly. So.
I mean, well, that's been me with the last 4 or 5 DLC characters. So
But that's your fault. I mean, Sephiroth is so iconic. I understand Pyro and Mithra, but come on, Sephiroth.
yeah, I mean, I hardly even knew who Banjo and Kazooie was. So
Oh, come on. Did you
moving
not grow
on.
up with an X64?
No, I didn't. We only had um yeah, we had NES and we had Super Nintendo. I didn't get the N64. From that, went straight to PlayStation 1 and GameCube.
Wow, dude, you missed out. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all right. It's all right. But yeah, I wish I had the N64.
I mean, oh, dude, man, I mean, have you played like Super Mario 64?
Maybe.
It came out for the
I'm not
DS. Did
sure.
you play it on the DS?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, there's that at least. You probably haven't played either of the Legend of Zelda N64 games, have you?
I don't think so. I have played the 64 like at friends a couple times, but it was so long ago I don't even remember it.
Oh man, no, you've got to get like a. I mean, hey, if you have like any laptop, it can play N64 games. So just do that route.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that sell them still too.
I mean, yeah, you can go that. The laptop route's free if you have a laptop, so that helps.
Yeah, but
But yeah.
let's move on to another really great part of this Nintendo Direct where they uh they gave you the fake out, Jake.
Yeah.
I I messaged you when they said that they brought up the trailer of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity expansion pack, and I was like, this is it. This is your Breath of the Wild 2.
Right. Just to have them say no news after they told us that it was coming at E3 in 2019. Dude, it was almost 2 years ago since their announcement about it. And now they just have nothing to say. Like,
And then to make things worse, they're like, here you go. Enjoy Zelda Skyward Sword HD, which still didn't look very good in my opinion, and also
um,
not interested in playing it at all.
okay, so Skyward Sword from the main Legend of Zelda franchise games for like the console games, it's definitely the weakest. Um,
It
yeah,
looked like a rip-off of Zelda. Honestly, I had never even seen this game before.
yeah, dude, it's got a weird art style that I didn't care for. Because I mean, it went from Twilight Princess, which is definitely different art style, but I thought it looked really cool. To this game, which was a letdown, and then obviously Breath of the Wild was amazing. But yeah, man, this one, it's fine. It has the worst story out of all of the ones. It has just the shortest gameplay. I mean, you can beat it really fast. And then it just the worlds were not very cool. Um, there was like you had your main area of Skyloft, which is a pretty small like little village in the sky, and then you had like three worlds on the ground that you can go explore. It felt very limited to me compared to a lot of the open worlds previous titles. Um, I mean, like the gliding stuff and flying around was cool at times, but you couldn't always do it. And so it was just okay. I mean, I pre-ordered it. I got it the day it came out on the Wii, and it was a lot of fun at that time. But I don't know how well it holds up, and it didn't look like they added anything new to the game besides slap a sticker on it that says HD when it already still looks bad.
And that
So
control thing, with the right thumbstick being able to like motion where you
oh, dude,
swing your sword.
that looks terrible. I'd never do that. I mean,
Yeah, I
say what
thought
you
that was
will
dumb
about
too.
yeah, like motion controls, I get it. Not everybody likes to do that, but I mean, man, that just looks not fun to do it that way. I mean, you got to go with motion controls. Motion controls was fun on the Wii um, when I was playing it. So yeah, you got to go with that route. It's more fun that way. But no, just overall, it was just kind of a weak title compared to all the other ones that are like 10 out of 10 games. This was like a 7.5. But you kind of
It's
expected it.
pretty
Like,
underwhelming, yeah.
yeah, I mean, they just
Well,
do this to make their money. I mean, they ported both Wind Waker and Twilight Princess to the Wii U, so you were expecting this one to be ported to the Switch. So makes sense.
I mean, I only joked about it, with the whole Hyrule Warriors being like the substitute for Breath of the Wild 2. I only joked about it because I really thought that they were just going to save it at the very end. But then they're like,
Yeah,
nope,
same.
you can have this instead.
Right? Yeah. So I personally have already beat the game twice, so I don't need to play it a third time. So I won't be getting it. Um, if you never played it, probably worth it. Maybe wait till it goes on sale or something, which I mean Nintendo games hardly ever do, so but I mean if you're really into the franchise and you want to know more about it, then that's pretty cool. Because it is like they said, it's the origin story of Ganondorf and everything like that in the Master Sword. So some of the story was good at times. Um it just I don't know. It didn't do it for me like the other games did, that's all.
Yeah, I'd rather play Breath of the Wild more because I still haven't beaten it. I've taken things
Oh
really,
my
really slow in that
gosh.
game. I know,
Oh,
I
so
know.
like what, 3 years? That's pretty slow. The game's been out
I
forever.
didn't get it. I didn't get it until somewhat recently, actually.
Oh, dude, finish that game up, man. It's so good.
I know, I know, and I know my brother's gonna send in a message too, and back you up on that because he really wants to beat that game too.
Oh man,
I don't know. Oh, we got a
let's
couple
see what
messages.
couple months.
I just watched that trailer. Man, who wants to play any other Zelda after Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, you got a point. I mean, it's trying to be like Breath of the Wild, but it falls short in so many ways. Like I go back and play the original ones because they're totally different games, but this one is just like a knockoff Walmart brand's Breath of the Wild. That's all it is.
Uh, it, it looked pretty bad, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Dom, you not beating Breath of the Wild is like me not watching episode 9 yet.
That's not all he hasn't watched. Nick needs to catch up on a lot of shows. But yeah, you're right. I guess that is a pretty fair comparison, maybe.
No,
Although,
yeah, I'd say it's fair.
yeah, I don't know, episode 9. Yeah, I guess it's fair. Whatever. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I was hoping that I would just be able to. I heard some people can just go run up to Ganondorf day one, but I guess you got to be like really insane at the game to do that.
I mean, you can. It's cool that you can, but like, I like this story, so why don't you just enjoy the story, but put your time into it so you finish it fairly fast.
Yeah. Let's see this one.
Breath of the Wild, I think it is my favorite game of all time, actually. I just started playing again, just started from scratch like 2 months ago or something, and just taking my time, just going everywhere. It's just incredible. Why would you want to play any other Zelda game?
Yeah, dude, I think that's fair. For me personally, I don't know about Adrian if he's played Xenoblade 2, but that one tops Breath of the Wild just barely, in my opinion. But yes, Breath of the Wild is a masterpiece. I'm sure the second one will be even better. And I mean, if they're taking this long on it, it better be, right?
Is Xenoblade pretty easy to get into? Is like the story and everything?
The stories are very different depending on the game, so you don't need to play any of the games to really understand the story. Although they are slightly connected at the very end between Xenoblade 1 and 2, so that's like a cool thing to know. And if they ever come out with another one, you'll definitely need to play both. But no, to understand the story, yeah, basically it's like different dimensional worlds, so none of the factors really apply between the games. They're their own worlds. So yeah, you can just play it straight out and get into the story from there, and then I'll explain it all to you.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've seen some gameplay and it does look pretty awesome. Let's listen to this.
Hey, maybe a question. Oh, don't mind these neighbor dogs just freaking out for some reason. Maybe a question for you guys then. What do you think could actually make Breath of the Wild 2 better than the original? In my opinion, oh my gosh, these dogs.
More
I
input.
didn't hear his opinion. Maybe, wait, is this his opinion?
Not sure if this is any better, but in my opinion, for Breath of the Wild 2, but I guess what I hope they would do is seriously fix these horrible menus I have to constantly go through. I have to buy one thing at a time and sell one thing at a time. Who has the time for that? And then also, oh, I wish they would do dialogue because I hate reading. I'm kind of basic that way.
All right. Well, the buying and selling thing's
I
a
can get
little
behind that.
nitpicky, but it's fair. It's fair. Yeah, more dialogue. I do like dialogue as well. Which they did finally for the first time in any Legend of Zelda game have dialogue, which was nice. I mean, that's a huge improvement over any of the other games. But yeah, even more. I think there was a lot of dialogue in Age of Calamity, so hopefully we'll see it continue in that way. But while I'm thinking, Dom, what's a way that you could improve Breath of the Wild? Because clearly it didn't capture your interests that well.
I mean, make it so that you can actually run faster and get around places, and you don't have to
Wait,
look
so there's
for
these things called
a stupid
horses?
horse. I
But then
know,
you can
but
call your horse to you and it comes automatically.
I don't know. I've never been super into open world stuff. I like the concept, and I like you get more content, but I don't know.
All right. Well, you might not be the best
I
one
guess it.
to ask.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Well, I just feel like it's such a long game. I don't know. I guess that kind of intimidates me and kind of bores me a little bit, even though I think it looks great.
What, do you not
And
have the
like the
time?
bat
Too busy?
and the fighting. Dude, I'm trying to run multiple shows, trying to make some albums here,
All right,
trying
all
to get
right,
us
all
on the map, Jake.
right. All right. Well, okay. What could make Breath of the Wild better?
And then
So,
you're sending me links to Dogecoin or whatever the heck that is. Got a lot on my
never
plate,
sign
man.
up. Okay, so what could make Breath of the Wild better? So if you haven't played Genshin Impact, either of you or any of the listeners, very fun game. It has some things that are better than Breath of the Wild in some ways, and some ways that are worse. A lot of dialogue, which is fun. I really enjoyed that. There was a lot of side characters, which was cool. You're able to switch out different members of your party, which I don't think they'll do with Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda is not that kind of RPG where you have a party and different members. But it does look like Zelda might be a playable character in it because she looks like she joins you on your quest a lot. So that would be pretty cool. I think just like, man, I don't know. Like, you don't want it to become a game that you like have to play every day and like keep up with events and stuff, you know? Like some of those games get old, which Genshin Impact did for me because I felt like I had to keep up with it. But I think just future updates would make the game really cool, where they just came back and added more things for free, and you can just take it at your own pace. The DLC for the first Breath of the Wild was very cool, although it didn't add much to the main world. There were kind of different side quests that you would enter. So something like that would be pretty cool. But I mean, there's hard to really find any complaints with that game. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Again, with Breath of the Wild, I do like it. I do think it's really awesome and looks amazing. Um, and I do have fun with like the combat too. I think is really good. I don't know, just well, I mean, you know me. I got the Switch for Smash Bros. And I have like 1,500 hours in it. That's all I
Yeah.
play basically.
Yeah, I think just taking more options from different RPG games, which they did a lot in Breath of the Wild. I mean, they made foraging and crafting and different outfits for the first time. Well, I mean, guess there was different colors of his tunic, but that's not the same thing. And you could even change the color of your outfits. You could buy a house and put stuff in there. If you just kind of expanded on that even more, I think that would be really cool. And the only thing with Breath of the Wild, compared to most games, it had a very immersive world and there was a lot to do at every corner. But compared to like Genshin Impact, the world feels really empty. So I think just a lot more of stuff going around every corner. Like we had like the Korok seeds to collect, but after that there wasn't too many like collectibles around the world. So I think something that just made you explore every inch of the world would be pretty cool.
Oh, another thing, real quick, and then we'll move on to the last part about Nintendo Direct Day. I I'm not really a big fan of puzzles. Like I get home from work, I don't want to solve a puzzle. Like that doesn't sound fun to me, even though they're not even that hard. Like most of them aren't even that hard, but I don't know. Just it just seems like another job.
Do you
Um,
not find satisfaction in completing the puzzle?
Not really.
Oh my gosh. Uh, Maybe you don't
Make it
like
a little
video
bit more
games.
clicky clacky. I do.
Do you just like button mashers or what?
Yeah, I just said make it a little more clicky clacky.
Is that what cookie cocky means? Okay.
Yeah, don't you remember
Well,
Zero would always say that.
oh, we don't talk
He's
about
like,
him
oh, this
anymore.
could. I do. He's like, oh, this guy's button mashing, clicky clacky.
All right, all right. I'll take it then.
Well, let's listen.
See, I think this is the problem. Is just like the approach to gameplay. Like when I play Breath of the Wild, I mean, this is going to be very, very weird to some people, but I don't ever fast travel, and my kids are watching me, and they hate it. They hate when I won't fast travel. Like I'll have to get across the map, and I'll start on my little trek, and they're like, just fast travel, just, and I'm like, this is the adventure, guys. This is the adventure. Just take your time. It's like it's so peaceful. I love it.
Okay, first
Yeah, and,
question. First question. What is fast travel, Jake? And
uh,
um,
well,
and
those
second, why don't
puzzles
I
that
have
you
it?
hate, what those puzzles that you hate to solve. Once you solve the puzzle, you unlock the fast travel teleport points at those puzzles. So maybe if you completed them,
Unbelievable.
actually, you'd have all these fast travel points.
I know. It, it's ridiculous. I know.
I hope that in Breath of the Wild 2, they have some throwbacks or some cameos concerning Majora's Mask. I don't think that's been represented in a whole lot of games outside of Majora's Mask. And I hope they actually bring co-op, because Jake, you bring up a good point, like possibly Zelda and Link being characters that you can play as. That'd be cool if they brought like online co-op.
So that's interesting. Yes, Majora's Mask is an amazing game, and any any reference to past games is very cool. Um, Co-op, it's such a tough thing because one, I don't want to be tied to somebody else. that's kind of the struggle with a lot of co-op
Especially
games.
me. I'll definitely be slowing
Right?
you down. I will be
That's the
slowing you
problem.
down, man.
That, that's the problem with a lot of co-ops is they don't do it right, where you feel weaker when you're with somebody else, and you're more powerful and more better at the game when you're by yourself. That was the problem with Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact has 4-player co-op online for the entire open world, and it's really cool. And it did it right where you're not tied to the other person. You can freely go where you want. But the whole point of Genshin Impact, the battle system, was you can rotate through 4 characters at the same time and do all these cool combos. But when you were with somebody, whatever human was in the world, you had one less character for you to play with. So it actually made you worse. It made you weaker, unless you were both at the same time fighting the same villain. So that kind of sucked, and it made it not as fun for me personally. And I didn't want to play anybody. I wanted to play by myself. But I know some people like that. But for those kind of games, I like to enjoy it by myself at my own pace and do what I want to do and not have to conform to somebody else.
For sure.
All right,
Oh,
we're
you want
never
to
gonna
move
get
on?
through this. Yeah, what do we got? We just talked
All
about
right.
Breath of the Wild for like half an hour or so, and I wasn't
This is the
even in the
last part.
direct. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I still want to run through a couple of movie and show news too, if you got the
Oh, for
time,
sure.
but we'll see
Yeah,
how
it's
it
totally
goes.
fine.
Okay, cool. Last thing for Nintendo Direct. A somewhat
Okay.
underwhelming trailer at moments, but for the most part, thought it was pretty cool. Opening scene for Splatoon 3 looked pretty cool, and then a couple scenes it was like, I don't know, just felt like too long and a little bit boring, but I know it's a pretty big game. It's got the competitive scene behind it now too, so
Yeah, so it definitely
pretty
looked
cool.
cool, but you're right. It didn't like it was
Free
long, but it
Splatoon, by
didn't.
the way.
Yeah, it didn't. It was long, but it didn't show anything. Like I think the style looks pretty cool, and you look like it was had more of a solo adventure part of the game where
Oh
there
yeah.
was a single player in Splatoon 1. I honestly haven't played Splatoon 2. I only played the first one. But in the Splatoon 1, it was just like little puzzles to solve for like your one player campaign. And then of course all the multiplayer stuff, which is why you got the game. But if there's more of like an adventure mode for one player, that would be pretty cool. Um, and then just yeah, it did show like the same kind of gameplay that they have for multiplayer now, which is fun. Definitely a lot of cool new weapons like bow and arrows and stuff like that, which would be fun. Um, but no, I did never got the second one just because I didn't personally know anybody who had it, and I played the first one with friends a lot. So if I can definitely get some people into the third one, I'll totally get it because that was a great game to play online. A lot of fun.
Yeah, have you played the like competitive battles at all?
In the first one, I did. Yeah, the first one, I did. I mean, I barely competed in like some of the Nintendo tournaments. But it was rough because I never had a group of 4 to play with consistently. Um, but yeah, you get you, me, my brother, and one other person on it. I mean, let's start competing, man. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'd be down. Yeah, you think it's pretty easy to get into?
I think so. I mean, it's a fairly simple concept. I think once you understand what weapons are
Okay.
good, what's not, um, there's different modes which are cool. Have you ever played the game at all?
I don't think I have. No.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different modes. There's the general mode of like you paint the ground and walls as much as possible, and that counts towards your
Yeah.
cumulative score. And you can also take out enemies, which basically slows them down and everything. But there was cool stuff like different modes where you like pushed an objective. So there was like this square that you hopped on, and you could ride it, and if you were on the square, it moved towards the goal on your opponent's side, and so you like one person would ride it and the other 3 would try to protect them so that it continued advancing. Stuff like that was pretty cool. Definitely different game modes, and I did feel like there was a lot of technical skill to it as well, where certain member of your team might be a really good sniper, and then somebody like up close with like a paintbrush or a roller, and then somebody has your standard guns and stuff. So it was definitely cool. I played it a lot, the first one, and I've heard really good things about the second. So yeah, definitely excited for the third, but unfortunately, it doesn't come out for at least another year.
Yeah. No, I've seen a lot of gameplay, and I almost got it, but the thing that held me back was same with you, not having a lot of friends that I knew played it regularly. So, and
Yeah,
that's
for
why
sure.
that's why I would get it, so I can play with a group of friends.
Yeah, man. We'll,
But yeah,
we'll definitely have
maybe
to hop
number
on
three.
that one then, for sure. But yeah,
Well, that was
overall,
Nintendo Direct.
yeah, decent direct. I'm not too disappointed. I'm just happy we're getting new directs because it was 530 days since the last one, which is too long.
Yeah, and this one was like almost an hour, so that was cool.
Yeah, no, a lot of good stuff. Like I said, obviously I already paid for Smash DLC, so getting that, buying Fall Guys, I'll probably get Mario Golf, and definitely getting Splatoon 3. So that's like 4 games at least right there that I'm getting. So not bad.
Dude, what about Star Wars Hunters?
It's free. It doesn't count. Of course I'll download it, but it's free.
Well, you know what I mean.
Okay, I will download it since it's free. Yes.
Yeah, so plenty of stuff, cool stuff to look forward to. I would be interested in hearing what Adrian and Nick are most excited for.
Yeah, okay.
I'm worried that they're most excited for Metopia. I
Oh
got a
my
bad
god.
feeling about that one. But moving on, we've got some awesome movie news, or maybe not so awesome. We'll see. But let's start with a positive thing. WandaVision is now apparently the number one show in the world, or the U.S., I should say.
Pretty much the
What are
world.
your thoughts on this? Yeah, what's your thoughts on this, Jake?
Um, Deserves it. I mean, it's definitely lived up to the hype in my opinion. I mean, I'm not surprised that it's really entertaining. I'm surprised at how cinematically it's been done. I mean, the graphics have been amazing. Just the whole idea of it being sitcom based, I feel like they've executed everything perfectly so far. And yeah, so far amazing. Looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, I echo all of that for sure. I'm a little bit surprised, honestly, though, that it's caught on this much, just because I know for sure, like we talked about in some of our reviews, it's not going to be for everybody, and also a huge part of that is just some people aren't going to understand what they're trying to go for in the first couple episodes, and they're going to lose interest. But it appears that the majority stuck with it, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I think anybody who has watched it all has enjoyed it all for sure. So yeah, and it's just getting better. So
Totally. Let's hear this.
we got somebody.
This show has really got me excited for Breath of the Wild 2. I mean, how about that Yiga clan? Am I right?
All right, all right.
Don't know what that
Yeah,
is. Won't lie.
Breath of the Wild 2. It is my most hype for sure. I mean, you can kind of say that they talked about it in the direct, but we didn't get any news on it.
Did
So
they?
that's a little unfortunate. They mentioned it. You got like a cameo, I guess. But yeah, maybe at E3 there'll be a presentation about it. That'd be nice.
When's that? Do you know?
It's usually in like
Have they announced?
July, I think. Yeah, I think they said it's
Oh,
if it is going to happen this year because it was canceled last year. But I think it will be all online, which I mean, that's fine for me. So
all right. Let's move on to another big topic that I really want to discuss.
all right,
Interested in getting some good takes and conversation about this. But a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Disney said that Ryan Johnson could have a trilogy all to himself, basically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not all to himself. Maybe he was supposed to work on it with someone else. But essentially, it'd be his. And after Last Jedi, and the divisiveness, a lot of people have said, "Oh, he's not doing it." But there's been a few times, and now even recently, like just this past week or something, um, he basically said that it's still happening again. So I want to get your thoughts on it. I know you don't like The Last Jedi. Um, I like it for the most part. We've talked about this. My feelings, real quick, then I'll throw it over to you. I feel like it would be almost a different conversation if he hadn't done The Last Jedi. You know what I mean? Because he has a good reputation when it comes to filmmaking. And I've watched all three of the sequel trilogy quite a bit. Also, really love Knives Out. Amazing movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, some of his other ones are very good as well. But basically, I've watched the sequel trilogy quite a bit, and even recently. And, say what you will about the story, I honestly believe that The Last Jedi is the best, put together movie. Not necessarily talking about the story, but especially like cinematography, I think is unquestionably the best, like looks the prettiest. And like I've heard a lot of people say that they think Last Jedi is a good movie, but not a good Star Wars movie. And I can definitely see that sometimes too. But in general, again, getting back to his trilogy, I'd be down for it. And I think the biggest reason is because I have faith that he can make something really good. And because it's supposed to be a brand new story, he's not going to be touching anything that has to do with like these beloved characters that we've had for years and years. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be a brand new story. And again, there's going to be people that are reluctant about that, but I don't think there would be that like so much hesitation for people if there was that group of audience that was kind of hurt by The Last Jedi that left a bad taste in their mouth. But I'd be down for it still. I think it could still be good. But we'll see. Maybe it's not going to happen, but he says that it
Yeah.
is. Jake, I want to get your thoughts.
I think most of those are fair points, other than the point about it being a good movie. No, if basically for me, if he didn't do Knives Out, I would say heck no, those movies are gonna be terrible because that's all I knew of him is just The Last Jedi, and I hated it. So Knives Out obviously redeemed him, in my opinion. So I don't get what went wrong, why he thought that would be an okay movie to put out, because I mean, in my opinion, you take one look at it and it's like, what is this garbage? So is he a good director? Is he not? I don't know. I mean, he's done one amazing movie, one terrible one. So that's all I know for him. So it's kind of a toss up in my opinion. I mean, if he does a trilogy, maybe two will be amazing and one will be terrible. I mean, I take it. I mean, why not? I guess at this point.
I also think that he's pretty good at writing dialogue for characters as well. Like, personally, I think that the dialogue he gave to characters in The Last Jedi was some of the best. Not really talking about Rose and Finn, but I especially liked the dialogue that he gave to Snoke. I really like some of his lines and some of his conversations that he had with Kylo. But yeah, in any case, I'd still be excited for it, and I do think that he could still do a really good job. We'll see. Let's hear from our friends.
Just watch Looper, Jake. Watch Looper. Seriously. Oh, hey, by the way, I watched that one anime. Oh gosh, what's the one anime you recommended on the podcast we were on together? Anyway, so I watched yours. Now you got to watch mine. Watch Looper. Seriously.
I've heard good things about that movie, so I'll give him that. What anime did I recommend? Did he remember it? Is that what the second message is?
Maybe.
If you haven't already, don't look at what it's about. Don't look at any trailers. Don't read the description. Just watch it.
Okay, he's still talking about Looper. I don't know what anime I
I
recommended.
It might have been Sword Art Online.
I thought he said he watched Sword Art Online already. Wait, he put in another message.
Yeah, seriously, watch Looper.
Oh, that's from Nick. Okay, got a second recommendation for Looper. So I guess we'll have to check it out.
It it might have been the one that you had said on that it was on Netflix too, Jake.
It was probably like Erased or Promised Neverland. It was probably one of those two. I think I recommended that at that time. I can't remember what the podcast was about that we were on. We've done a lot actually.
Yeah, we have.
But no,
And for
I watched it.
anyone listening, oh yeah, sorry, I'm just gonna say for anyone listening and anyone listening
Yeah,
on
go for it.
repeat, go ahead and give us a follow. Check out our podcast that me and Jake co-host together. It is the Starfighter Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and so many other platforms. But yeah, check it out. We have a blast on our show and do some pretty good reviews with some pretty awesome guests as well.
Erased. Yep, it was erased. And by the way, I failed to mention it was great. Great recommendation.
All right, yeah, Erased is definitely one of my favorites, my favorite animes. And Dom, you should watch it. It's only 12
I
episodes for
know.
the entire show. Just 12 episodes.
You think I'll like it more than Haikyuu?
Yes, just because it doesn't take a minute to get into it. I mean, it's awesome right off the bat. I think your wife would like it too. My wife loved that show. So, uh, yeah, only 12 episodes. Seriously, my wife and I loved it so much. We watched it all in one day when we started it because it was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So definitely give it a shot.
Okay, I will. I know I was surprised because I mean I absolutely love and again it's not technically anime but has a little bit of has a little bit of anime flavor. Anyways, I was surprised that my wife really liked Last Airbender. Um, but yeah, she loved it.
Oh yeah, same here. I watched it all by myself, and then she caught me watching it and thought it was funny. Actually, when she initially gave me crap because she's like, "Oh, Nickelodeon show? Like, what are you watching?" You know. But that's the best thing Nickelodeon's ever done. So.
Yeah, shout out to Drake and Josh. All right, let's. I guess we can move on. Unless you wanna stick with it, or you
No,
want to move on?
let's move ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um. So apparently, the Flash movie is filming. I don't know what your take is on this. There has been some. We won't get into it too much. There has been some issues with like Ezra Miller, and so it is kind of weird if he is still sticking around and if it is in fact going forward. But also, it's just kind of lame. For one, a lot of these DC movies are pretty lame, and for two, it it it's kind of lame that they've been saying for a long time we're making a Flash movie.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess it's happening. You're correct. DC movies are lame. I have seen speculation that since it's
Not all of them, but
Flash,
almost all of them.
almost all of them, since it is a Flashpoint movie, like, could this be Warner Brothers doing a soft reboot of the DCEU to like just kind of change things around since he's traveling through time? I mean, obviously, like Ben Affleck is out and everything like that, so you're gonna have to replace him somehow. There's just like too many
I've heard
issues.
that he has a cameo in there, or that he has a role, one or the other, that he is
if
going to
he's
be in it.
not if he's not coming back to be the Batman in the Batman movie, I don't want to see him make a cameo in this movie. Like, what's the point in that? Like, he's already
Yeah, I don't
said
know.
he's quitting. I don't need to see him again if you're a quitter. Like, I don't know, dude. Like,
You're a quitter.
I try to take each DC movie individually because they're not good at connecting them all. Um, and so it's like, in my opinion, they've made one good one out of like what, seven that they put out or something. So there's probably more than that actually. And so I don't have high hopes. I'm not a huge Ezra Miller Flash fan, and obviously Michael Keaton's great. So maybe he'll just take over that movie and just be awesome. But don't have too high hopes, but I'll watch it.
Yeah, I don't really like um any of them, any of like the actors too much. Besides Gal Gadot.
No, it's exactly. I mean, I I think that Barry
You know what?
Allen
Henry
on the
Cavill has
CW.
his moments. Sorry, I'm sorry.
He's all right. You're right. You're right. He's all right. I think Grant Gustin is a better Barry Allen than Ezra Miller is, and he's on the CW channel. So,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
Dude,
I
say what
don't
you
have
will
high
about the
things.
Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, say what you will about the Flash show and all. I mean, we'll just group all the CW shows together because they're kind of a mess. Um,
Yeah.
but that Flash show does have a few really good episodes.
Oh, for sure. That's my favorite of the CW shows. I've seen most of them. But yes, I do think he does a good job. And yeah, did you ever see that weird episode where Ezra Miller was in the CW episode of Flash?
I might have just seen the clip on YouTube.
Yeah, there was like a weird crossover for no apparent reason. I don't know. It was weird, but whatever.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not, again, not a huge fan of Ezra Miller. I didn't really like his portrayal of Flash too much. It just didn't remind me anything like the original or like the character that we know from the comics or um like old Justice League, you know?
No, he was an idiot. Like he acted stupid when he's actually a genius. Like I mean, he's not like insane genius, but he's a smart person. Like I don't know. He just acted like a stupid kid to me for some reason. When wasn't he portraying a character in his 20s?
Yeah, I think so.
Like he acted like he was 13 and I'm like, what is this, man? I don't know.
And he seemed just like, yeah, he seemed like an idiot. He seemed like pretty openly insecure almost. And that's not really Flash's character in my opinion. Like again, going back to like the old Justice League animated show or the comics, I mean, he's a police officer, he's a detective, like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's got more of like a mellow, kind, just soft demeanor. Not like he was like a spaz in Justice League. I don't know. It was
Yeah.
not cool. Like I get it, you're really fast. It doesn't mean you have to talk really fast and run around the room. Like I don't know.
And wasn't a fan of the suit either. So
No, it wasn't. He reminded me of Impulse, not of the Flash.
hmm.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, so I guess that's all we got to say about the Flash movie.
That's right.
Um, I think that's all we got there. I'm sure that I think that we had some other stuff too, but I forget, Jake.
Let's see. I know I sent you a couple things. Um, oh, it was stated by somebody, I forget who, that Kat Dennings will be in the MCU in a
Oh
future
yeah.
project, but she has specifically said that she's not in Thor. So it'll be interesting to see what she is in. I know a lot of people are speculating some sort of spin-off with her and Wu, which would be funny and everything. I don't necessarily think it'll happen, but I think she's been good in this show in WandaVision, so I'll be looking forward to seeing her again.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool, and I've heard that too. About kind of like a buddy cop thing. It could be funny. Definitely would probably be more just easygoing, lighthearted. Um, I'm curious do we think that her character Darcy Lewis is going to get powers now? We won't
I don't know, dude. Like,
get
yeah, we were
get too deep
speculating,
into
like,
spoilers here, but yeah,
yeah, I mean, if Monica's getting powers from entering there, why can't everybody else? So who knows what she'll become? Maybe she'll become an X-Men that like we actually know of, like a notable one. I mean, anything's possible, I guess.
yeah, that's actually what Marcellus said. I think you heard the show that we did. Um, Shout out to Marcellus and the Sidekicks podcast. But yeah, he was like, maybe she could be like Kitty Pryde. Like, she's smart, right? And like, well, what if I told you she wasn't smart? Like,
I don't know, dude.
I
We'll
don't
see.
know.
But
I don't know what like X-Men she could be or mutant she could be.
yeah, man, I don't know. But hey,
She
Marvel's.
definitely has a very distinct personality.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, so I think she'll be good in whatever she does.
But yeah, WandaVision's getting really good. And we're going to do a review on episode 7. Yeah, this weekend. So
Yes.
tune into the Starfighter podcast on YouTube and check us out there.
Yeah, man. Looking forward
What
to
else
that.
you got, Jake?
That's all I got, man. That's what I'm looking forward to the rest of the week.
That might be everything.
Yeah, man. I think we covered a lot of topics today.
Totally. I mean, there was so much to unpack from the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, man. That was awesome. Looking forward to when she comes out, Mithra and Pyra, and the podcast that we do, like we did with Sephiroth. That was a fun one. And so, yeah, we'll have to do another one just like it.
Yeah, definitely. All right. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, man. Said it all.
All right. That's everything, guys. It's been fun. Thank you to our listeners.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, bring the fire. Oh yeah. We just like for our listeners real quick for our show, for our YouTube show. Again, I did a interview with one of our good friends, Marcellus. And so that's up right now. You can check that out. It was a pretty good conversation we had there. And then we're starting a new series. And I shot the first episode with 2 of my nephews. And it is uncovering the Clone Wars. And that went really well. Honestly, Jake, I can't wait for you to see it because you're going to be really impressed with, both of those guys and their knowledge, and they did a lot of work. I was really impressed. They did a really good job, and
nice,
we
man.
all
That's awesome. Yeah,
had a blast. Yeah,
I listened to the episode with Marcellus today. That was cool. I enjoyed listening to that. So yeah, I'll definitely check out the other ones I'm not on.
and then WandaVision this weekend. That's it here.
All right, cool. Well, I guess I'll see you Friday then.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
All right, see you guys.
Talk to you later. See you guys.